What's up, everyone? This is Danielle of Purple Star Tarot. I am going to be doing readings for all signs here. So let me just check the chat here, see if we have anybody tuning in. Awesome. Okay, cool. We're ready to roll here. Okay, this is Danielle of Purple Star Tarot. I'm going to be going through all tarot signs, and I start with rolling this little dice here to see who we're going to get first. So let's see. All right, what was that? Sagittarius. Okay, cool. Sagittarius, you're going first. Let's get this set for you. Okay, Sagittarius, you're getting your reading first. Awesome. Okay, let's go ahead and shuffle these cards. And I have other videos too that I've been doing readings for all signs. So if you need further guidance or a further message, just go ahead and check those out there. So here we go. Shuffle cards. All right, 3 cards for Sagittarius. 1, 2. 2 more cards came out, so we got 4 cards here. 7 of Feathers, 10 of Acorns, 6 of Feathers, and the Moon. All right. So in this deck, if you're not familiar, this is a deck called Spirit Song Tarot, and in this deck, that the feathers are swords, acorns is wands. So we got air, fire, air, the moon. Okay, so we're starting off here with 7 of Feathers. 7 of Feathers, that's 7 of Swords. And so in the traditional tarot deck, that this card is, you see there's like somebody who's like running away with a bunch of swords in their hands. But the difference in this card is the words in here are preparation. Oh gosh, you can't even see this. Preparation and resourcefulness. Okay, preparation and resourcefulness. So it's like really in this current state of just kind of, I feel like this is like winter weather, like winter, like hibernation kind of energy of that you're just kind of holding on to the ideas and things that you have, and you're just really only going to be putting in forth effort to what kind of makes sense for right now. Preparation, resourcefulness, and that cheetah. Like the cheetah can run fast, cheetah can run far, but it's like he's not going to exert his energy going towards something that doesn't make sense right now. So it's like not really spinning your wheels, I'm feeling with this, not really racking your mind too much about the possibilities, but more of what makes sense for right now. Okay, and then we have 10 of Acorns. 10 of Acorns, we see here, is that like a llama? I think that's like a llama or something on there. Responsibility, dedication. So acorns in this deck are wands. So that's our air energy. And I really feel like with this card that we're kind of like this is like 10 is a number of completion. So we're going from 7 to 10. And then we had Dragonfly at the end. 6 of Feathers. So I feel like this really is saying that right now is the time that you are holding on to your resources, holding on to your ideas so you can exert them into what makes sense, because you have a lot of fire in you. Of course, Sagittarius, fire energy, you have that fire, but it's like, let's put it into motion where it makes sense. That even follows through with this 10 of Acorns. And then we have this Dragonfly, and Dragonfly is known for its resilience. Like it's able to pivot in mid-air when things are changing. So here the words on there is transitions and insight. So I really feel like this is just solidifying that message here for Sagittarius, is that we have ideas that we've been working on. We have things that we've been looking on, like manifesting and working out. But with this card came out at the very end, the Moon card, imagination, perception. So I feel like that's like the underlying like thing that might be hidden actually in this is like, yes, you know what you should be doing, you know what actions you need to be taking here with the Seven of Swords, but I feel like you might be like kind of like second guessing your intuition a little bit, maybe not actually fulfilling what it is, like kind of leaving something in the dark. It's like, yes, Sagittarius, you are very wise. You know what it is that you need to your imagination like kind of runs wild. So that's where we're like here is like don't don't go on a crazy adventure in your mind, because we at this time need to put all of your thoughts in action into what makes sense. So like this is not a love reading. This feels more like this feels more like just like the next phase, getting ready for the new year, which most of these readings probably are going to be like getting ready for the new year. That's what I really feel because it's like the end of the year now. Six of Feathers. Feathers, again, like I said, in this cup, Six of Swords. So it's like, yes, free flying, fly free when it comes to the actions that you're taking. You know, let your mind wander into this moon energy. Let me look at these cards here. We have a cheetah, we have a llama, we have a firefly, and an owl. This is really, the message here is like really just use your imagination to be able to work through this. I feel like you have a lot of ideas, a lot of sparks, a lot of energy going towards many different things at once, and it kind of can be exhausting, because you're an adventurer. Yeah, I know this. Like, so you just want to make sure that you're really taking that time to really get a bird's eye view of because we have here like dragonfly, and we have two things that are flying, the dragonfly and the owl. So don't be afraid to pivot. Don't be afraid to change directions. Kind of when you realize, okay, this is not working out, that you're going to really be able to tap into your wisdom, listen to your dreams. I'm even thinking like if you spend some time alone, that you're able to maybe be without music, without stimulus, without other all outside distractions, to be able to really help you perceive, to really understand what's coming from you, what's coming from your imagination, and not just getting inspiration from outside sources. Really just quieting the mind, getting the insight from yourself. And I believe that is really what the guidance is here, is to put yourself in the dark, put yourself in the quiet, so you can use your own imagination and not just being influenced from outside sources. Okay, awesome. That was it for Sagittarius. All right, let's see who we get next. And go ahead and shuffle the cards first. And if you're tuning in right now, hi, my name is Daniela, Purple Star Tarot. I do readings here on YouTube and TikTok. I'm on Instagram as well, so you can check out my other videos if you need some additional guidance. But yeah, let's go ahead and go with the next sign. Go ahead and roll this dice. And if you haven't liked and subscribed, if you like what I have to say, just go ahead and share this with people so we can help my platform here. All right, what was that? Aquarius. Okay, awesome. Aquarius, next reading is for you. All right. All right, 3 cards for Aquarius. All right, 3 cards we got for Aquarius. First one we have is the 4 of Shells. So shells in this cup are cups. And let's see, with this card, the words on here are soul searching and reevaluation. And that really feels like stabilizing your emotions and really kind of tapping into what's happening emotionally right now, because like I said, shells are cups in this deck. So with this, I'm really feeling like the stork here like is kind of just standing there in the water and looking to see like what's going on, what food is there, what am I protecting, kind of like really feeling like this is like survival energy. Okay, so then the next one we have is the Hermit. The Hermit, contemplation, wisdom. Which, that's kind of funny, like both these cards, so soul searching on this one, contemplation on this one, so it's really tapping into that energy of, again, like almost like the last reading I did is like to really listening to what's going on inside and taking that time to like reevaluate, reassess what's going on. But then the final one we have is the Magician, willpower, creation. We have that bird there. So we got a bird, koala, a bird, okay? So koala, the first thing I'm thinking of with the koala is like how they like sit in the tree and they're eating all those eucalyptus leaves, and like I think they get high off of it. So like they're like kind of slow, like almost like sloth-like, I'm thinking right now with that animal. So yeah, I feel like that's the energy right now, is like really the message is for Aquarius is like slowing down, really taking that time to like reassess like what is making sense for you. But with the cups coming out is like an emotional reassessment, kind of really yeah, like I'm thinking now the word, not like chewing on it like I was saying with this koala, is like really taking the time to like chew on the emotions, really like what's eating at you. Like, what's that movie? What's Eating Gilbert Grape? I don't know, that's the first thing I thought of. But like, yeah, like really kind of thinking like, okay, if I am emotionally triggered by something, being emotionally triggered by it, not letting it go off the deep end and actually like taking that time to like get grounded, get stable when it comes to really understanding why you feel what you feel, instead of like ignoring them. And of course, like we don't need to be completely like driven by our emotions, but really take the time to like understand it. Like, and that's what the Hermit energy is here, is like the Hermit, number 9. The Hermit is linked to Virgo energy, so really thinking about, okay, like how can I feel like the guidance here with the Magician is like, how can I take these things that I'm feeling and transmute that into something that is really magical, like creating something. Oh my gosh, my cat is yelling now. So I don't know, that might be a sign if there's an Aquarius tapping in with a cat. Your cat probably might make you stay in line, like stay in a line, like, because the cat doesn't really care about what you're feeling, what you're going through, because they just knew that they have to keep on going. So yeah, that's what I kind of feel for Aquarius here, is really understand what your emotions are and being able to use that to reevaluate, hey, is this situation for me? Does this situation make sense? And because you've been down this road before, like you've gone through all this before, knowing that like, if I make this turn, this is going to happen. If I turn this way, that's going to happen. So this is really saying, instead of turning down that road and going down that same cycle again, be able to understand what it is that you want to create, what you feel like is holding you back from that creation, and then using all of your resources to be able to move forward with that. So that was the reading for Aquarius. The message there is contemplate before you move. All right. I'm going to go let my cat out of the room, and then I will go on with the next reading. Awesome. Go ahead and shuffle these and see if she yells at me before I go over there. Okay, I'll be right back here to do the next 10 signs. Hey, what's up? Okay, this is Danielle with Purple Star Tarot. I am doing readings for all signs here. So, who do we got next? And if there is a certain zodiac sign out there that wants to get a reading, just mention it in the comments. Aquarius came out again. So, what's up, Aquariuses? If anybody's tuning in, that's an Aquarius. Just watch the video. We just did your reading. All right. So, anybody jumps into the chats and you have a question, go ahead and pop it in there. If not, we're just going to keep going with the next signs. Here we go. All right. Who is that? Leo. What's up, Leo? All right, cool. So let's get some cards out for Leo. I'll do 3 cards for each sign. And if you're tuning in for the first time, my name is Daniela, Purple Star Tarot. Like, share, subscribe. Help me. Okay, we got 3 cards here that fell out. Leo. Crystals, shells. Crystals in this deck are pentacles. Okay. Got this ladybug here. 5 of crystals, 5 of pentacles. The words on here, we have persistence and new possibilities. So let's see, with the 5 of pentacles, that card, I feel like that card, okay, so with that one, that is the traditional picture of them like being like left out in the cold. And I kind of like how this kind of spins it, is that you're not really left in the dark because there's always help available. There's always like opportunities available. The ladybug right there is a symbolism of even good luck. So I know that the 5 is a number of change, but like I really feel like this is kind of like change where your resources are going, a change of your resources. But it's all good because it's the ladybug is coming out. It's that's a sign of good luck. You know, if a ladybug lands on you, let's see. Oh, my bad. Let me go ahead and update that. So what are we doing right now for Leo? Okay, let's see. Leo. There we go. Reading for Leo. Okay, sorry about that. All right, cool. So Leo. Okay. So the first card we got for the Leo. 5 of crystals. And there's that ladybug that landed on you. So that's good. It's like, yes, it may seem, it's kind of like if you were having a bad day. That's when I feel like you're like having a bad day or having a bad situation where you're like, where's my next paycheck coming from? Luck is landing on you, but there's a change that we need to make. So the change, what's going to help us there, the words on this one is King of Shells. I like that little seahorse. So with that seahorse and the King of Shells, the words on there is harmony and integrity. So I kind of feel like this is like the persistence to move on, even when like you're probably going through some issue of how am I going to shine? How am I going to transition? How am I going to do all the things that I want to achieve? This is really telling us with the King of Shells, or King of Cups in this case, is to understand that you're royalty. I mean, I'm talking to Leo. You're the lion, the king of the jungle. But you, with this card, is like really understanding that there's going to be a situation that it's going to be a little bit more harmonious for you to work for. But with integrity is like really like, you know, keeping your word, being able to express what it is that you need to express. So I kind of feel like the message right there even is just like asking for help. Don't be afraid to ask for help, because like that's what this card, like the original deck, it looks like is like they're outside of a building in the cold, but it's like they don't have to be in the cold because they are able to use their voice, ask for help when it's needed. And with this final card, Nine of Shells, gratitude, fulfillment. So it's like knowing that that's what your future holds for you, is that you are being in this attitude of being grateful that everything is going to work out, and not in that worry mindset of when is it going to work out. So the only suit that's missing here is the acorns, and that's the fire energy. So really, actually, no, I'm sorry, we got 2 shells. So yeah, I'm seeing that you want to use your ability to use your voice. You want to be able to speak up and ask for help when it's needed. Because you're not alone here. 5 King 9, 5 9. So normally like I'm like thinking like Dolly Parton, that like working 9 to 5, but we have 5 to 9. So this is like when you're done with the work that you have to do, like if you're working like a normal 9 to 5 job, that when you get off work that you still have several hours of the day to be able to see like what additional things that you can do, asking for help, talking to people like your friends, making sure that you're kind of keeping your eye on the prize, because nine of shells, like we got two like this might be like a little bit of an emotional drain, or like with the crystals, okay? Because like I'm really thinking like how our love life and our like work life, they kind of like work kind of hand to hand together. That if we're overthinking in one area, that things kind of get out of balance as we go forward. So this is our future guidance. The 9 of Shells is really just keeping that attitude of gratitude, being able to know that everything's going to work out. You don't need to be emotionally upset about things, because the king energy, the king, he just makes sure that the work gets done. He makes sure that he's very intuitive, and he really listens to what's going on around him, like he's able to read the room, that kind of energy. So yeah, understand who your resources are around you, understand who's there for you, and knowing that you just stay grateful for those that you keep around you. Okay, next reading. All right. All right. Hi, my name is Daniela. What's up, y'all? Purple Star Tarot. I'm doing readings for all 12 signs. I've already gone through 4 of them, I think. Okay, let's roll this. What we got? Capricorn. What's up, y'all? It's Capricorn season. Okay, cool. So next reading here is for Capricorn. All right, here we go, Capricorn. Okay. If there's anyone in the chat that wants a reading done or needs a question asked, feel free to drop it in there. I'm live, so when I'm live, I'm going to answer questions real quickly if I can. Let's see. Okay, Capricorn. Where'd that card go? It flew over here. All right, King of the Jungle. Look at that tiger. Knight. Okay. So, we have 3 cards for Capricorn. First card is the King of Crystals. crystals in this deck are pentacles. Okay, so this makes sense. Pentacles, earth energy. The words on there are courage and commitment. Okay. Knight of Acorns. Acorns are fire energy in this, so we have action, drive written on there. And what do we have? This boar. That immediately makes me think of Timon and Pumbaa from Lion King. Okay. And then we have the Emperor. Focus, stability. So this definitely reads Capricorn energy here is that the first thing I thought of is that the eye of the tiger, okay? Eye on the prize, eye of the tiger, going for it, being committed to it, like, and knowing, like, pentacles, like, okay, that's our money, that's our career, that's our livelihood, that's the body that we live in, but also knowing that that's stability. So it's like, even it doesn't always mean that you're making money from it, but it's like, this is the situation. It's like working for commitment, stability, and that's definitely Capricorn energy. It's like you show up all the time, even if you don't know what's going to happen, even if you don't know how it's going to pan out, that if you make a commitment to something, you're showing up for it. Okay, so Knight of Acorns. That knight's on fire. Okay, he's like prancing in, like he's making sure things happen. Okay, like, so with this is your current situation of just like going for it, full cylinders, on fire, making sure that you are doing what you have said that you're committed to doing, and then this further just backs it up with Emperor here. With that, like, it's like you're hunting. You're hunting in the jungle. Like, I'm really feeling that with all these animal themes that we have on these cards here. That you are just, you're going for it. You're seeing that there's a job that you've said that you're going to do. There's a task that you said you're going to do. So you're very committed to doing that, and you're making the plans to do it, and you're just going for it. Like, it doesn't need to be perfect. You're just going for it. Like, it's really, so like with this is like the future guidance here, being the Emperor, is like, even with that being a number 4, is like, just really take the time to evaluate like what is stable, what is actually getting you what the next step, the next phase, and just laser focus. Yeah, that's what, like, so with this, I'm seeing like Rambo, like you're in the jungle and you can see like the fire. Is that Rambo? No, I'm thinking of Predator. My bad. So like you can see like where the hot zones are. You can see where it's cold. You can see where activity is happening. So you're staying focused and going for that because you know that at the end of the situation, that as long as you stay focused, as long as you stay committed, that you're never going to run out of steam. But with all that action, I'm also thinking that, okay, make sure that you take that time for self-care, because that's really what Capricorn does, is that they see their work and they're just going to go for it. So if you got Capricorn friends, reach out to them. See if if they need to take a break or something. Okay, cool. So that was reading for Capricorn. What's up, everyone? Anybody who's tuning in, hi, my name is Daniela. I am doing readings for all 12 zodiac signs. We've already gone through a few of them. So let me roll the dice and see who's going to be next. All right. Not Aquarius again. Hey, what's up? Hey, I see you in the chat. We have Gemini. We have Geminis coming up next. If you have a question, I can pull some cards for you. I will definitely do that. But for now, I'm going to go ahead with this Gemini reading. We're going to do Gemini next. Awesome. Okay, let me get a few cards for Gemini. Sun, Moon, Rising, Gemini reading coming up next. This came out first, second. Shells, and acorns. Okay. Queen of shells. Pull them up so you can see them. Queen of shells. Peace. Compassion. Shells is water energy, so it's Queen of Cups, okay? And then we have Four of shells. Four of Cups. Okay. All right, and Eight of acorns. Energy, results. A little salamander there. Okay, so who are we doing this reading for? This is for Gemini. Okay, Gemini. Okay. So, Queen of Shells is what we got coming up first for Gemini. So, this is the situation is that, like, okay, when I see Queen of Cups, Queen of Shells, it's like you're like the peacekeeper. You're the very loving, very nurturing, very emotionally intuitive. So I feel like you got a lot of feelings. You got a lot of feelings, but going up next is taking the time to like reevaluate. That's the word on there, is like to take in all of this, all of the love that you're pushing outwards to the situations. Taking that time to like really love on yourself. Love on yourself. Understand why it is that you're so loving. I mean, you might actually be like over giving, is what I'm kind of feeling right now. Giving a lot of your love to outside sources. But we have Eight of acorns. Eight of acorns is that energy of like going for it. Your energy, your results. So with these three cards together, let me see if I can fix this lighting a little bit so you can see the cards a little better. I think that kind of works. Maybe, maybe not. Yeah, Eight of acorns. Yeah, it looks better, I think. So this is our future. So right now in this current situation, like I said, the Gemini, you're very loving. Like with the otters, like even with that, like I'm feeling like you see like otters, they like hold hands as they're playing in the water together, and like they like sleep, they stay like with their partners. So like very loving, very nurturing, and I feel like you're in it for your people. Who if you might have a loved one here, but this is kind of saying take the time to pour into your own cups. It's okay to be the only stork. You're still a beautiful stork all there by yourself. Take the time for yourself. Pour that love into yourself. Just because like 4 is a number of like stability, also with family, which kind of makes sense like right now, like holidays time, that you're probably going to be giving a lot of love to the family. So this is your time to do it. This is your time to do it, but don't think so much about it. I mean, we don't have any cards here talking about thinking. That would be the feathers in this deck, but more it's like we got love. We got lots of love. Gemini, you're a very loving person. So go for it. Go, like, if this is a Gemini tapping in, that's like a love reading. This kind of feels like in a love situation, it's like, yes, you're recognized as the queen, or, you know, that nurturing, loving energy that people want to be around. And this is Acorn saying, you know, go for it. There's going to be good results on the other end. But first thing you need to do is really take the time to evaluate this love. Like, is this a love out of like because you just don't want to be alone, or is this more of I genuinely feel these people care about me, so I can give my love to them? So that I kind of feel like that's the message there, is like really take that time to evaluate how much care and love you're given to outside sources. but if it feels good, if it feels reciprocal, if you don't feel like you're second guessing it, questioning it, then you've taken that time to self-evaluate, and this is like, go for it, because you're going to see the results. Like if you pour into a whole bunch of cups, you know, pour love juice and all these other cups, that some of those cups might have leaks in them, some of them might have holes in them. So that's where you're actually able to see the results. Like are they actually good for me in this situation? Okay, that was the reading for Gemini. All right, what's up, everyone? Okay, I see your message. Can you tell me why? Why it take much energy? I don't know if I have an answer to that, because it's not really fully a question. What I normally like to do is kind of look at the situation and then see what guidance we can get for the future to kind of help. I'll pull a card for you. I'll pull a card for you and see if we can get some guidance that might help you understand what's going on. Okay, this is for you in the chat here. Okay, this is the card that we got. Page of Feathers. We got this little raccoon. I think that's what that is, a raccoon. Exploration and discovery. So feathers is sword energy. Pages are messengers. So I kind of feel like this is kind of telling you that I kind of feel like this is like getting let me look at the message here. Yeah. Well, like I was feeling, okay, right there, that was the card that came out, that's swords. That is mental energy. And this is kind of like saying that, okay, either the message, a mental, like a clarity message are going to come to you or come through you. And I feel like this at this time is really saying for you to not think so much about it. Don't think so much about it. Just because like this is talking about exploration and discovery. So I feel like this, what would be best for you in your situation is really to take that time to do what's fun for yourself. Go out there and explore. Go out there and have fun. Like totally whatever it takes for you to not think about this situation is what's going to be helpful for you right now. So if you know, I don't know what the weather's like where you're at, but like the first thing that came to my mind is like go ride your bike. Because like this is a feather card, okay, and like that's what I'm feeling is like going with the flow, being as light as a feather, and doing whatever it takes like to get you into that meditative space. So riding a bike, singing songs, dancing, something to really be in your body and not so much in your head. I really feel would probably help you, because you can't really control other people's actions. You can't control other situations. The only thing you can control is yourself. So what I would say is, you know, remove yourself from that situation, even if it's just mentally removing yourself from the situation, doing something for yourself, riding a bike, dancing, something like that is really going to help you get out of your head so you can let clarity come to you, which that's, like I said, this is all about our mental energy, and this is all about messages, pages, and also pages are also like the youngest of the major arcana there. So it's like, I kind of feel like this is something that you're gonna have to grow from. You're gonna have to separate from mentally, and then really just work on yourself. I really hope that that's helpful for you. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead with the next sign here. We already did Capricorn. Let's see, next one. Okay, it rolled on Virgo. Okay, Virgo, you are next. Yes, no problem, thank you. All right. All right, if you're just tuning in, my name is Daniela, Purple Star Tarot. I'm reading for all Zodiac signs. Now we're going to be doing Virgo next. All right, and if you're new to the channel, just give me a like, subscribe, and you'll get notified again when I'm doing live readings. I always will answer any questions I get in the chats while I'm doing lives. So yeah, it's so good to have you here. Okay. First card for Virgo. Okay. Okay, we got 3 cards for Virgo here. 6 of feathers. Feathers in this one is swords. 2 of crystals. And then we have the Chariot. All right. All right, this is good. This definitely sounds like Virgo energy, and we are in Capricorn season. And really with Capricorn season, it's all about like, I got goals. I got things that I'm working on. I got things I need to dedicate on. So let's see. We got Pentacles. And then we have, okay. So message here for Virgo. Starting with the 6 of feathers, which feathers in this deck are swords. So 6 of swords. Let's see. With that energy, let me do a think here. Okay, I see you in the chat. All right. I'll get to you in just a moment here. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. We're doing the reading for Virgo right now, and we're starting here with the 6 of feathers, which that's 6 of swords. So like in the traditional tarot deck, that is moving on, moving to new waters, being able to, like, I always think of the word pivot, because that's how dragonflies move when we see this. It's like they understand that the waters were a little shaky, rocky, maybe shallow. They needed to get to water that is going to smooth a little bit better for them. So that's transition, insight. So I kind of feel like, even think about Virgo, like the Hermit card links with Virgo. So with that energy of taking that time to move on. You're moving on from a situation that you've been going through that kind of made you think a lot with that, because like that's swords energy, feather energy. Like you're thinking a lot about whatever the situation was that you had to move on from it. So I feel like you're making, like, this 6 is a positive number. So with that, like, I feel like you've made peace with yourself and really understanding, okay, yes, you probably did go full throttle to make something happen, but now it's time for a change, because now you're listening to your inside of like, I need to go to the next phase, to the next transition. So that's good. And then also even seeing this like kangaroo coming up next, that's awesome. Like you're hopping along to the next thing going for you. Adaptability. So not only do we have transitions, but adaptability. So I kind of feel like this is showing that you're kind of like weighing out, like, you can do all of it. You can do all of it, but like, is it what's going to be helpful for your stability, for your family, for your friend group, for everybody that's around you? Because I know, Virgo, you don't think about just yourself. You think about the world around you. And so it's like this card just backs up the dragonfly. You're hopping on to the next phase. You're hopping on to the next cycle. You're able to adapt. So you're like, okay, I understand what my role is in this world. I understand what my purpose is. And then you're able to just make the tweaks and changes that you need to be able to get to the next phase. And the Chariot, which has this rhinoceros on it, and that rhinoceros is heavy, you know? I kind of feel like this is really showing that you're gonna go for it. Like the rhinoceros just even is like, it's almost like a unicorn, right? Because it has that one horn. But it's like you're gonna show people that you can do whatever you put your mind to. Like you you have your platform, you have the things that you've been working on, but it's like there is like one little change, one little, maybe even changing the audience of who you're working with or the arena in which you're working. But you're using your intuition and your guidance. That's kind of what the forward message is with the Chariot being a major arcana. This is like really showing that yes, you're going to where you're hopping along to where you need to go to next. You had to make that transition to go to the next phase, but the guidance is just have faith that you're doing all the right things. As long as you're listening to your inner compass and knowing that there are going to be signs around you. There are going to be signs and clues to let you know that, okay, this is what I should be working on. This is where I should be going next. Like, this doesn't seem like it is like love. This is more of an earth stability, like maybe career related, that there are certain things that you have to do for your stability. And you're not letting anything stop you because you do it very quickly. You're just hopping on to the next thing. And another one. And another one. You know, that rapper? You got another one. You got another trick up your sleeve. Not so much trick as in like you're pulling a fraud on people, but more of you have more ways that you can go about what you've been doing. And this is really saying trust your gut instinct, trust your internal guidance, tap into your intuition because you have the universe guiding you to the next step. All right, that was it for you, Virgo. Thank you. All right, what's up, y'all? If you're just tuning in, this is Danielle of Purple Star Tarot. I'm doing readings for all Zodiac signs. I've already done a few of them, so let me get the cards ready and we'll do the next one. If anyone has any questions, if you're tuning in, go ahead and just drop them in the comments and I will get to your questions if I can. I already answered one. I'm glad I was able to answer and help you with that. Sometimes we just need like a voice outside of us telling us what we already know, confirmation, and that's what I'm here for, help you with that clarity, because it gets a little cloudy in that brain of yours, right? Okay, awesome. Well, let's roll the dice for the next sign. Oh, we already did this one. Okay, Pisces. Pisces, you are next. Cool. So let's get ready. I've already shuffled the cards for you, Pisces. All right. Thank you for tuning in. This is Daniela doing tarot readings for all 12 zodiac signs. Next reading I'm doing here is for Pisces. Pisces, you just rolled out here. There we go, Pisces. Pisces, sun, moon, sign. Sorry, Pisces, sun, moon. There we go. Okay. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, we got 3 cards here for Pisces. First card we have, Knight of Shells. So, yeah, this is your energy here, Pisces. This is water energy. This is Cups, Knight of Cups. So, I think I got this in the last Pisces reading I did. Maybe. I'll have to check that later. But, yeah, so charm and passion. Also, I'm thinking that Knight is like kind of like very quick moving energy. So like, I kind of feel it's like, oh, I'm passionate about this, I'm going to go for it. I'm passionate about that, I'm going to go for it. Very, I don't want to say flighty, but very, very charming. You know how to work your charm, Pisces. So you get what you need. That's the situation. But then the next card we have is Justice, Truth, Clarity. So I kind of feel like this is like, let's see. This is the 11th card too. 11, Justice. Okay, so I kind of feel like this is saying like, yes, Pisces, you have the charm, you have the wit, you have the ability to get what it is that you want in your situations, but really now evaluating is like, does what you want, is what you want what you need? I think that's the kind of thing that we need to look at, is what you want, what you need. Just because you're very passionate about something and you are able to quickly move on to the next phase, move on to the next passion, take that time to really understand, like, is there truth backing it? Is there something that is, maybe justice has been served in a way. Maybe you did go for what it was that you want, and maybe it's working in your favor, maybe it's not. So really kind of taking that time to reassess, like, the clarity. Those are the words on here, is truth and clarity, justice. Like, I'm really feeling like the balance in the cosmic order is like, if you are going for something because you're passionate about it, like, whatever you do impacts those people that are around you. So their justice will be served. So what side of justice do you want to be on? So the final card that we have for Pisces, Eight of Shells, Eight of Cups. So this is more water energy. So this is honestly kind of feeling that, yes, you went in quickly with your passions. Maybe you understood whether or not this was for you, and now this is the energy of walking away. The words on here are quest and renewal. So I kind of feel like this could be, I don't know, I kind of feel like it's possible that this might be like a cross watch, or checking in on their Pisces and seeing what's going on. So if you feel that it like rushed in and it was like really good, like too good to be true, because the Knight came in with his love very quickly, and then things changed. So now it's showing Eight of Shells is like somebody is walking away from the situation. Someone is needing to reevaluate and walk away from the situation because there wasn't truth. There wasn't peace and clarity there, that with this, that a change of mind, it wasn't going about it was not an honorable quest, I kind of feel, because, like, yes, their emotions were in it. Their emotions were in this. They're very charming, very witty to get into that situation, but it's like, all that we see here was emotions. It's like there wasn't really stability there. So, like, stability came when the scales were balanced out. So I feel like this message here is, Pisces, are you making your decisions that are actually being helpful, or are you just being guided with your heart and jumping in from a situation that's not actually stable? So that's kind of the message there for you, Pisces, is if you are in a situation that you jumped into it very passionate, really take the time to evaluate, like, if this is a good situation for both parties, be able to communicate that, because if not, then walking away, going on a new quest, sounds like the right thing to do. But yeah, that's kind of the message there for Pisces, is sometimes you have to walk away. Sometimes you have to leave things behind. Even if you're passionate about it, you're leaving it behind, just because if you don't do it, then the universe is going to kind of do it for you. The scales always balance out. Okay, that was it for you, Pisces. All right, I'm not sure how many signs I've done so far, but we'll just keep rolling until I see one that I haven't done yet. What's up, everybody? If you're tuning in right now, this is Daniela of Purple Star Tarot. I am rolling the dice to see. We already did Gemini. We just did Pisces. We already did Leo. Scorpio. Scorpio, doing your reading next. Okay, awesome. Thank you for tuning in. This is Daniela with Purple Star Tarot. I'm doing readings for all zodiac signs. And the one we're doing now is Scorpio. If you're tuning in for the first time, go ahead and like and subscribe. Getting a subscription will let you know when I'm going live. And when I go live, I do answer questions that come up in the chats. So be sure to tune in for that. So we're going to give a reading for Scorpio. Okay. We got 2 of crystals, Page of Acorns, and a 9 of acorns. Acorns in this deck are wands. So we have, what, pentacles, wands, wands. Cool. Scorpio, you got some fire energy going forward, but I feel like right now is stability. We have balance and adaptability on this 2 of crystals. So with this card, this is your current situation. I don't know, I kind of feel like even with this looking at this is like you're bouncing around to kind of find stability, to find your balance, to really understand like, okay, where do I need to bounce to right now? That's the kind of situations. Maybe you've been doing a lot of recalibrating is what I'm feeling. Like you're going from full extreme one side to the other extreme so you can really find what equilibrium is, to find what balance feels like for you. Adaptability. Okay. So acorns is fire energy, and that's what we have coming up next. Page of Acorns. That little lemur, I think that's what that is. He's cute. So with this card, I kind of feel like, okay, this was like the up bounce, and now we're going to the down bounce. Where you bounced as high as you can, you bounced as much as you could, and now it's like, okay, now let's reevaluate where this energy is going, because with a page is the youngest, so it has a lot of energy to be able to bounce a lot, but it's like now on this down bounce, we're going to take the time to kind of understand like where is it that you want to bounce down at, so when your trajectory goes upwards, that it's going to go in the direction that you want it to fly, because you've been having you've been doing a lot of work. Okay, so now we have this like young cat. Okay, this young cat looking thing, which I believe they do a lot of jumping and bouncing and spinning around in circles with this little tail. Like, I kind of feel like he wraps his tail around it and he like uses that to shoot off to the next tree. So it's like really taking that time to think what's the next tree you want to shoot off to, because now you're moving into this energy of power. 9 is a number of manifestation, so it's like using your fire energy to bounce you into a situation that is going to get you back to being grounded and stable. The words on there are power and perseverance. So it's like keep on going, but it's like we want to make sure, Scorpio, that the next tree that you land on, the next tree that you bounce to, is going to be the tree that you're going to be able to stand strong in, and really make your magic happen. Because you got fire. Acorns, like, even though crystals are pentacles in this deck, I'm really feeling like acorns are kind of like a squirrel. You know, a squirrel gets all their acorns, and they like put them all into like a little bundle, bury them for they have them later on. So I'm feeling both of those energies of your passions and your money kind of like is a stash. Like you're stashing it away, to make sure that when you pivot and bounce to the next tree, that this is the tree that you've been, where you can stand strong. So the message for you, Scorpio, is take that time on your like your ebb and flows. You're in an ebb now, you know, going low. I don't remember which is which, but you're on the low part. Okay, you bounced really high. I feel like this is like kind of like for the whole year, even for you, Scorpio. Like this whole year, you've been doing a lot of jumping, seeing what hoops, seeing what arenas you can bounce in. But it's like now, wrap your tail around the tree that makes the most sense and stand in your power. That's your message going forward. But right now it's like, take that time though. Take that time for discovering. Like, I feel like this is even a little bit of like self-discovery, listening to the message that are coming through you, so you're able to do that. Thank you so much for the comments. I really appreciate it. Okay, awesome. Well, we're done there with the Scorpio message. All right, next reading we're going to do. Let me shuffle the cards. All right, I'm going to roll the dice and see who comes next. Aries. Okay, next reading is going to be for Aries. You're just now tuning in. I am doing readings for Sun, Moon, Rising of all Zodiac signs. If the message for your sun sign does not resonate, then listen to Moon or Rising. Usually one of those are going to resonate with you a little bit better. But now we're going to do a reading for Aries. Okay, cool. So let's get a few cards out for Aries. Two. Let's see what we got so far. 1, 2, and then one more. Aries. Okay, we got 3 cards for you, Aries. First one we have is the Wheel. So in this deck, this is the Wheel of Fortune. And look at that. That's really awesome artwork too. So, Wheel of Fortune. The words on there are changes and possibilities. So I feel like there's like, this is a change of cycle for you here, Aries, is that you're seeing everything that has been happening that's led up to now and wondering what's happening next, okay? But this is like really having you look at the possibilities of everything you have in your wheelhouse, you know, with this being the wheel. 10 also is like a number of completion. So it's like, this is the new cycle. So it's like you can either continue in the same cycle and do the same things that you have been doing, or this is time for change. That you really can picturing yourself doing what the next, doing something. But this is really showing that you have guidance. You have guidance with the Chariot showing up here. Like you have 2 major arcana cards. It's like this is your time to get off of the cycle of continuing to do the same thing over and over again. Because you can see what all the possibilities in, and this is your time to jump into the, like if we're doing jump rope, this is your time to jump in. This is your time to jump in because you are being guided with the Chariot showing up here. Is like, this is kind of like a test for you of your determination, a test of, are you going to do what it takes to get to the next phase? And with the Chariot, like that is like divine guidance. You jump into your universe car, your God car, whatever you want to call the cycle that we all are part of. Are you really determined? Are you really determined to get to the next phase? And the guidance going forward, like without even me reading the words on it, like I can see there's a fox. So it's like, be swift. That fox, like get that fox energy inside of you. So Page of Crystals. Okay. So you notice that we have the word discipline on this one. And then the next card also says the word discipline. So I feel like you know what that message is. The discipline is what is necessary to be able to go forward. So with this being crystals, pentacles, ideas, this is like really saying put some fire into those ideas that you have. Like, so I'm kind of feeling, Aries, that you might have been like dreaming of like, when this happens, I'm going to be able to finally do this. Well, quit waiting for the when this thing happens, because the only way that it's ever going to happen is by you putting the action into doing it. So the guidance for you, Aries, is be swift like this fox. Take those ideas and actually do something towards that every day. It may not be the full finished thing, but as long as you are making a plan, making order, making some kind of structure every day, showing that you have discipline, you have what it takes to actually accomplish this goal, that's you jumping in the chariot, not knowing exactly where it's going, but just hoping for the best, knowing that with your discipline, doubled up discipline, with your discipline, that you're going to be able to get into the routines, get into the habits that you need to be able to go and complete this task. So it's probably been really hard, like because change is hard. Everybody always knows change is hard, but it's like now, like if I know the number 5 is for change, this is double that. It's like you've been through this cycle before. You've gone this route and you don't know if you were going to go through with it or not, but what are the possibilities? What are the possibilities that it can go right? I feel like that sometimes that if you're in that depressive mode of like, what's the worst that could happen, like in a bad way, like always like thinking danger's around the corner, like afraid to jump out. It's like, this is really telling us, don't be afraid, jump in the chariot, do what it takes to put those ideas into motion, put fire to those ideas, because you're going to see signs around you kind of showing you. And I'm seeing this here, like you see those little mushrooms. So like mushrooms are growth from dead things, growth from things that are like decaying. So it's like what happened in the past, you're going to grow something awesome out of that, as long as you keep determination and you keep the faith that it's going to be there. So that's the message for you, Aries. All right. So now we're going to do the next sign. Who do we got? Let's roll the dice. We already did Capricorn. We already did Virgo. We already did Leo. Capricorn, who we got next? Scorpio, we did you. Sagittarius has been done. Who we got? Cancer. Okay, next reading is going to be for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is Daniela with Purple Star Tarot. If you have any questions, if you're on the live, go ahead and drop any questions inside the chat. I'll help you with that. But for now, we're going to go ahead with the Cancer reading. All right, 3 cards for Cancer. Let's get this. First one, second one. Okay. We got 3 cards for Cancer here. First card we have is the 6 of Crystals. So in this one, this is 6 of Pentacles. The words on here are synergy and gratitude. We have these cute little mercats. Like I said, this deck, some of these cards just make me think of Lion King. We got meerkats. We had warthog on the other one. So here we go. This is our current situation. 6 of Crystals, which is 6 of Pentacles. I feel like with this card is that you're very generous. You're very generous, and also you, in this current mind state of being everything you deserve comes to you. That's why you're able to give so freely. Okay, but the next card we have is, it's called the Shadow in this deck, but we know in the traditional tarot, this is the Devil card, which has Capricorn energy. Self-empowerment and ambition is what's written on here. So I kind of feel like this is like showing that you're able to give, but kind of like don't give too much. Don't give too much, because not everyone is grateful for it. Okay, but then we have This being the final card, Four of Crystals, which of course in this one is Pentacles. So we have that little otter running through the water. Control and security. So I kind of feel like this is kind of saying like don't lose control. Don't overly obsess. Because that's kind of like that devil energy, is giving too much to where you don't need to give, distracting yourself from what you need to do. But it's crystals and crystals, so it's all work related. And Capricorn, that's earth energy. So I kind of feel like this is like honestly saying that we need to tap that energy back into you. Like get into your body, even like maybe like working out, not just freely giving your energy to everyone around you. Let's just look at this word here. Okay, so I just wanted to look up this word just to double check. Synergy. The word synergy. Synergy is the concept where combined efforts of different parts create a total effect greater than the sum of their individual contribution. So often summarized as the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. So yeah, that honestly goes back to what I was just saying, was that if you're giving to a lot of people, it's like, are other people contributing to that pot of wealth, of stability? And so that's like, not everyone is going to be able to feed into certain things. That when it comes to your personal control, your personal stability, your family, those kinds of things, that those are for you alone to deal with. So it's like, don't expect other people to help you. Self-empowerment is the way to go here. Your drive, your ambition is going to help you stabilize more than relying on other people, which, I mean, is kind of common sense. We already all know that. But yeah, that's kind of the message that we have here for you, is if it's not a synergistic relationship, if we're not both standing on our own 2 feet together, then you're moving on, looking at the shadow, looking at the ways that you can empower yourself instead of waiting for someone else, because not all situations are meant for you. Even though you want to see them all succeed, even though you feel like you've emotionally invested, but this is like, pay attention to your shadow. Make sure you're not investing too much, because it's okay to swim on your own. It's okay to swim on your own. Sometimes you have to go swirl around in the water by yourself so you're able to understand what it's like to be stable on your own. Okay? So that's what I kind of feel like the message is here for you, Cancer, is go ahead and take control of your situation. See where it's been you've been leaking energy out, where it's not needed, leaking resources, like really pay attention to your resources. Check your automatic drafts. Like, are you automatically paying for things that you don't need anymore? Are you like accidentally paying for somebody else's Netflix account? Something like that. Like, don't be giving to everyone. You don't need to pay for their Spotify. Like, you got to take care of your own. Take care of your own family. Take care of your own stuff going on. Not everybody needs that subscription. I don't know why that's the first thing. I just keep thinking of. If there's a Cancer that watches this later, let me know if that's accurate. Because like, that's what came to mind. Is like, you don't got to pay for other people's subscriptions. They can take care of their own. Okay, now I'm getting hiccups. So I feel like you might have had to voice that before, and you might have forgot. You might have forgot to like cancel it. So. Get control of your finances. Get control of where all of your resources are going, because not everyone needs that. It's okay to wait around on your own. Okay, that was a message for you, Cancer. Let's go ahead and go for the next person. If you're just now tuning in, thank you so much for checking this out. This is Daniela with Purple Star Tarot. I'm doing reading for all Zodiac signs. I've already done quite a few. I lost track of what it was. Maybe I'll keep a piece of paper next time. Or if you're in the chat and you've been watching this whole time, drop what you remember. I'll edit it later. Okay, cool. So now, let's roll this dice. Already did Cancer. Already did Gemini. Taurus. Next reading is for Taurus. Sun, Moon, Rising, Taurus is what we're doing next reading for. All right, how's it going, y'all? Okay, next reading we're going to do is for Taurus. So, let's get 3 cards out for Taurus reading. Tip, tip, tip. Okay. All right, so the first card we got for Taurus is the Hangman. Look at them. Okay. So that's the praying mantis. Patience, perspective. What's written on here. So with this, I kind of feel like, Taurus, your current energy is that you're assessing what's going on. You're waiting to make the change that you know is inevitably going to happen. And the second card is the King of Shells. Integrity, harmony. I really feel like this is more of an integration. That's the word that first came to my mind when I saw that, is integration. Being able to really evaluate everything that's going on, understanding your emotions, because that's what we have here is Cups next. Understanding what you've invested in, understanding how you got to this situation, this phase that you're in right now, and really just taking the time to accept it. And the King of Shells is very intuitive, so like he's able to like use his, he's like very kind-hearted person. Like I kind of feel like you're very willing to help out those people around you. But this is kind of like showing the guidance of understanding that you're gonna need patience to go on to the next phase. Like whatever you're trying to make happen right now is not going to be an overnight success kind of thing. That the King has to do some work, some labor to get to the next phase. So it's like really, really tapping into how you felt about the situation and kind of like what feelings got you to the current situation. But knowing that we have the Chariot as the future guidance, it's like, you know that in order to get to the next phase that you are going to show discipline. There's going to be work that you have to do every day. It's not going to be just, like I said, this was like, whatever is happening is not going to happen overnight. So you're really taking that time to see, like, this is also like a card of like rebirth, sacrifice. Like, what things do you have to let go of? And I feel like it's like an emotional thing that like you may not want to let go of everything because it's been okay so far, but knowing that it's really going to take some discipline, determination to get you to the next situation. So yes, you taking that time to evaluate this. So that's what we have going forward, is really bulldozering through it, going through it. I'm like that saying they say, like the only way out is through. So like it's almost like you didn't want to go through the emotional like introspection. You didn't want to have to go through that, but this is really telling us that you're going to have to go through it. Discipline daily is really what it's going to take to get to the next phase. But that's okay. You're being divinely guided. So 7 also being a number of like spiritual calling, spiritual guidance there. It's like listen to your intuition. You know what your gifts are. You know what your gifts are, and you kind of know how to use them. I feel like you've kind of second guessed that though. It's like you'd rather stay in this like hangman space and just like wait it out. But it's like time's not gonna stop for you. That you're gonna have to move forward. So that's the message there for you, Taurus. Move forward. Trust yourself. Okay. So who else do we got here? Let's roll the dice again. We already did Aquarius, Leo. Let me just look at the dice, see who else we got. Gemini, Taurus, Virgo. Libra. We have Libra. Okay, I haven't done Libra yet. So this next one is going to be for you, Libra. And I think that might be all. Yeah, that'll be the last one I do for now. Okay. Last one I'm doing here is for Libra. Let's see what cards we got for you. Okay, here's the first one, Nine of Crystals. Okay. Eight of Crystals. Okay, 8, 9. Okay, we have 9, 8, 10. Awesome. All right, Libra. So the first card that we have is Nine of Crystals. Nine of Crystals, security, abundance. Look at that spider. The spider's pretty cool. So, I don't know, the first thing I thought of was that No Doubt song, Spider Webs. Sorry, I'm not home now. I'm walking in the spider webs. So leave a message and I'll call you back. So with that is like that, almost like applying it to, okay, applying crystals to pentacles in that song I just thought of, is like, you ain't got time for other people. You ain't got time for BS, say it nicely, is like, you're out there spinning your own webs. You're building your own web of security that you don't have time. You're like, leave a message. And maybe I'll call you back. Maybe I'll call you back. I don't have time for anything that's not about my business, not about what is helping with my security and my abundance going forward. So that's the situation that we have for you, Libra. And then what we have here is our current, what we're working with. The energy here, 8 of Crystals. So that's just like working on your crafts, your dedication, your progress. Like this is a Libra that I'm speaking to, as someone who's like really perfecting their work, everything that you're working on, everything that you're helping, everything that you know is going to, for your security, for your abundance, for your future, that you're working hard on it. You're working on all of your crafts. You're working on what's the best way to go about doing it. What's the best way to perfect it. Like the original tarot deck, this card is a guy, is like a cobbler working on making coins or whatever he's made. Like a cobbler makes shoes, of course, but like in the original deck, he's like working on crafting. So that's what current energy is, that you're working on the dedication it takes to make your business, make your ideas, make it all come to fruition. And then 10 of Feathers. Feathers is Swords energy. Okay, so that's Sword energy. That's your air energy, Libra. But with this, what do we have on there? We have this really cool looking snake. The words that are on here is recovery and transformation. So I kind of feel like this is saying that through all the things that you're working for your security, for your stability, all of the things that you're progressing on, is like, this is the end of all of the mental headaches, all of the mental things that you've been dealing with. That's why you've been grinding so hard, because you're like, okay, I'm ready for transformation. I'm ready for this to be over with. Like, because 10 is good. 10 is a great number to have when it comes to Swords energy, because it's like, this is saying it's over. You're weaving your web. You're strong like this buffalo. You're just working on all of it and showing that I got what it takes to be able to make something of yourself. And then with this, the snake, shedding your skin, like really just shedding all of those layers of mental anguish that you've had, because you're going to be able to see that something is going to be coming out of all of the hard work that you've been doing. So that's an awesome reading for you, Libra. If you're Libra, go ahead and give me a comment in there. Let me know this is working out for you, because yay, I'm glad to see that for you. I believe that is everyone I've done readings for. I'll look at my video later. If there's readings that I haven't done yet, I will do those later. But again, this is Daniela with Purple Star Tarot. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will talk to you later. Thank you, and have a great day.